This is a 1989 pickup truck, Ford. It's the same truck from 1987 to 1992. This is a Lariat. Everything is electric. Today I'm going to show you how to fix a broken down electric window that doesn't want to roll up. This is a very common thing happening to this type of trucks. So first you have to remove screws like this one right here and this one right here. Then you have to get a special tool or anything that looks alike that is meant to remove this plastic fasteners right here. They're already worn out, but that tool is meant to be used for praying off this cover. Once you remove this cover, you get full access to the window. I'll show you in the other door that I already disassembled. Okay, once you remove the cover, you just have to do it in a way that it's easy to get the door handle through the hole. These are the new fasteners that I used before. The only thing is that this is a very common problem and it keeps happening, and it seems like nobody has a real good solution. So this time I'm going to try to show something that will work for good. Okay, so you remove this cover. If you don't want to remove the cables, it's okay, because these things sometimes they break due to time, to sunlight exposure. Okay, then this plastic, same thing. I don't want to remove it fully because it's just easier not to do the whole thing. Okay, right here, these holes is where the mechanism was. It comes with pop rivet fasteners, and they have to be cut. They have to be you can hammer them off and you use the same hole later on, and then you start using bolts with their nuts, so that you can remove it every time it fails to work. What I'm going to try to do this time is I'll fix it so that it doesn't happen anymore, because I'm sick of doing this every once in a while. I changed motor. I have replaced several things thinking that it's something else, but it's actually not that. There are some pieces that wear out, like some plastic rollers inside the motor mechanism. But in this case, everything is new and it is still doing the same thing. It gets stuck in the lowered position. Some people have removed the stop at the end, and it seems to work a little better. Not always, but it keeps the window from rolling down fully. So instead of rolling down to the very edge, it stops right here, like an inch before. And on top of that, sometimes it does the same problem again. So that is not a final solution. What I'm going to try to do this time is I'll show you what I do so that it doesn't happen anymore to you. Okay, this is the motor. Actually, this is a motor that I replaced not long ago. Well, it kept doing the same thing. I disassembled the mechanism, And right here inside this area, it has some plastic parts that eventually they wear out. I replace them and it keeps failing to work. So this time what I have noticed is that this is the mechanism. Well, this is a previous effort to fix it. Somebody drove a hole right here, and this stop that when it moves, it hits this holder, this base, and that's where it stops. Well, it didn't work, so I moved this stop back to its original position, and I will actually fill this hole because it's weakening this part. What I have noticed is that this hole right here is meant just for saving material, and what it really does is it weakens this material. So when this part travels in that direction, driven by the mechanism right here, well, it gets to the end, and this very thin part, when it gets to the end, it bends a little bit, just slightly, and it gets stuck between the motor and that part right there. You can see it on the other side. You see this is an indent. Well, it's meant for keeping this mechanism in place, but when it reaches the end, it slightly bends and it gets stuck right there. So the problem is that this flat part is too weak. So what I'm going to do right now is I have this material right here, which is 1/8 by 4 inches, pretty much, flat piece of iron. So I will cut a little bit of that, and I will shape it so that it fits perfectly here. I will weld it with a very smooth, thin weld so that it makes this area stronger and it keeps this part from bending sidewards. We'll see if it works. At the end, you'll be able to see it. Okay, so we have now this piece. You can tell that is actually thicker than 1/8. It's about 5/32s. Okay, so I'm going to sand it off some to get to this shape, so that it gets to be about this. I had to make this piece a little smaller, so that it doesn't get stuck in this area that is a little crampy, a little thicker. So I made this part right here, and I will proceed to weld it. That should reinforce this part enough so that it doesn't bend, at least not too far. Okay, this is already welded in place. This is how it has to look, pretty much. It's flush on this side, and the piece I added is a little thicker on this side, but it doesn't do anything that we don't want it to do. So this is supposed to be a reinforced, better than new piece. Okay, let's try it now. Now it goes down, all the way down, and it doesn't get stuck. Before, somebody tried to fix it, and it was only going down up to here, and eventually it would get stuck as before. So now it goes down as far as it can, and it's working perfectly. So this has proven that it's the right way of fixing this problem.